Hello, friends. Father Scott Vanderveer here, right on the cusp of the season of Lent. And this Lent, we as a parish community are going to be reading Holy Moments by Matthew Kelly, a very popular Catholic author. This book is available for free at St. Mary's, starting now if you're ready to sign up for a small group. And soon it'll be available to all parishioners so that we can all join in this together. The best way to experience this is in a small group. And so I'll explain a little more about that in a little bit. But one of the ways that I'd like to frame holy moments as a tool in our toolbox for Lent is to read to you a quote I came across recently from the great saint Teresa of Avila. Here's what she says. It's true that we can't live without faults, but at least there should be some change so that they don't take root. If they take root, they will be harder to eradicate, and even many others could arise from them. If we plant an herb or small tree and water it each day, it grows so strong that afterward, you need a shovel and a pickaxe to get it out by the roots. Likewise, committing the same fault each day, however small, if we don't make amends for it, is like watering a plant each day. And if one day it is planted and 10 more pass by, it can still be easily rooted out. What an interesting image she gives us. Anything we water is going to grow. And if we have a fault that we're watering, we are allowing it to grow. There's a statement in business that says, any organization that's not growing is dying. And so when we have faults that are growing, we know that we're not making progress with them. Teresa of Avila says, do a thorough examination of yourself frequently so that you can determine what are the faults that are emerging in me and what do I need to do to rip them out by the roots? How can I, before the roots get too deep, before it's too difficult to yank and yank and yank on the same growth over and over again, how can I nip it in the bud, as they say? So this is an interesting opportunity for us to do some reflection in preparation for Lent. Whatever it is that is the fault, the weakness, the character defect that is most prominent in us right now, it is very likely that that is exactly where we should be putting our attention for our Lenten discipline practices. So, a lot of us have seasons of life where we might say, lately I've noticed that I drink a glass of wine or I drink a beer every night after work. Not long ago, that was something I only did on the weekend. Maybe that's something I want to root out while it's still a sapling and make sure I don't water it. Maybe you've noticed that you've been angrier than usual lately. The pandemic has made all of us feel pretty raw. So maybe you're feeling like there's an anger situation that is emerging that you want to go to the root of, rip out before it starts to take firmness in the earth of your life. Maybe it's prideful attitudes and comments. Maybe it's vanity. A lot of us as we age realize that we wind up considering doing things to our appearance that we wouldn't have done before, things that aren't in alignment with our values because we're having a hard time aging. I'm in midlife, I feel that. Maybe we are tempted to fib. We're letting ourselves get away with fibs more than we ever have before. Or we're finding ourselves envious, jealous of someone. Maybe our practice needs to center somehow in what is causing us to be a little greedier, or something with money or resources. Maybe we're more fearful than we ever were, and we don't want to give in to that. Maybe we're overindulging in food or in alcohol. Maybe we're experiencing temptations with flesh. Maybe we're tempted to look at inappropriate websites, or we're scrolling through images that are not appropriate for us. Maybe we're procrastinating in a way that we haven't been, or that is especially problematic for us at this time. Whatever it is, this is a great time for us to consider how to put more holy moments in our life. And this book is filled with practical wisdom that is going to be helpful for the journey. As I said at the beginning, reading this book is a wonderful way to strengthen your Lenten practice. But if you want to supercharge it, nothing will be more effective than joining a small group. So I'd like to encourage you to consider joining a small group. And if you are thinking, I don't know if I want to join a group, that feels like a difficult social maneuver to me, maybe you could host a small group and invite your friends to be a part of it. Whether they are particularly religious or not, you may find that as long as they're not turned off by God talk entirely, this book is really accessible for people who go to church every week or never at all. As long as they have an openness to some God talk in their life, this book can really help them grow more deeply in their faith. And also, it can help us to work on the unrooting of those things, those flaws, those faults that are in us before they take too firm a hold. One of the best things we can do is to stop watering the weeds in our life. And that's an opportunity that Lent gives us every year. I'd like to encourage you, if you'd like to join a small group, to reach out to our staff here at the office. Stop at the welcome desk, go to our website and sign up on our easy to use jot form. If you'd like to have some questions answered, you can email our volunteer coordinator, Allison Hancock. Whatever it is that would help you, give this your consideration, because supercharging your faith is the best gift you could give yourself, and there's no better time to do it than in Lent. Happy Mardi Gras, everyone, and we'll see you on Ash Wednesday for the beginning of this holy season of Lent.